Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in our synthetic biology series. Biological research has blown up in recent years with the discovery and refinement of CRISPR-Cas9, the advancements made in GMO production, and the growing involvement of synthetic biology in environmental restoration. However, as this field rapidly emerges and becomes more and more influential in our daily lives, ethical concerns arise just as quickly. Ethics is a guiding force that helps us decide between right and wrong, but sometimes it's a lot more gray than that. From the very outset of synthetic biology, ethics became a major factor in the work of biological engineers. It is a consequence of the nature of their work. Even other forms of engineering, such as software engineering, that are generally considered harmless, have risks associated. A failed data network may not physically harm anyone, but cybersecurity must be considered carefully. In civil engineering, environmental impact is a central principle that governs all design. In addition to the implications of the materials being used, human safety is a major component. If a bridge collapses, hundreds of people could die. But when it comes to manipulating living organisms, new issues come up. Should humans even be allowed to change the DNA of other beings? Without human interference, the ecosystem remains in balance. Each species occupies a niche, using its unique traits and adaptations to survive and reproduce. When we introduce novel organisms into the world, there is no way to truly know how they will interact with existing members of the global ecosystem. Disrupting ecological activity is a huge risk to take. Not only that, but the socioeconomic impacts must be taken into account as well. Synthetic biologists aim to use biological engineering to solve a myriad of problems, from the diagnosis and treatment of diseases, to food security, to climate change, and even the optimization of manufacturing. All of these tracks spark economic discussions as people try to draw the line between maximizing benefit to society and minimizing harm, including the economic cost to the people whose jobs may be replaced by scientific manipulations. For example, synthesizing drugs and vaccines in the lab using microorganisms can harm farmers who previously provided the plants and other raw materials used in drugs. This is why scientists have to consider all aspects and all stakeholders in a synthetic biology project. When it comes to science, the idea of risk magnifies. Most day-to-day activities involve some risk, even walking down the street. But when it comes to experimentation, especially on living things, any risks to public and environmental safety must be regarded very carefully. For these reasons, conversations with researchers, the government, environmental conservationists, and all people whose lives may be affected are vital to any successful synthetic biology project. As pioneers in a rising branch of science, synthetic biologists are working hard to standardize parts of DNA that fit to make novel plasmids. This is an effort to make the engineering process more accessible to all members of society. The iGEM registry of standard parts aids in the goal of standardization as a collection of thousands of unique parts. This global accessibility would revolutionize science and technology, accelerating creation in a way that has never been seen before. Unfortunately, this incredible, novel idea that anyone can engineer organisms poses a whole new set of risks. If this technology becomes accessible to the general public, no qualifications, no education, and no verified purpose will be needed to set off and engineer biology. This can, in the worst cases, result in accidental spread of disease, release of toxic chemicals, and even bioterrorism. As such, the scientific community must work hard at developing a robust system of cataloging their progress in synthetic biology and keeping the public well informed of their work. I hope you enjoyed this video about bioethics. Our next video will cover how synthetic biology can be used in therapeutics research. Thank you and stay safe!